All right. The Boston Celtics, they've done it again. The seesaw continues from soul-crushing defeat and pain to smooth sailing blowouts, whether it's the Warriors game by 40 points, the Magic blowout, the 54-point win in Toronto or against Toronto, and the newest one, we beat the Chicago Bulls by 22 points. Cautiously, are we back, Spoonie?
We've been back. We've been back. We've just been getting unlucky. I'm hoping they can build on this a little bit, get some momentum going. Really like a professional performance where it never really felt like the Bulls were in the game. And part of that's, look, they're missing Zach LaVine, who's obviously a huge part of their team. We're missing Hauser and Horford, who are not as big of parts of our team. But, that means other guys have to play deep into the bench. And for the most part, man, I thought they did it. There was only one problem I had with this game. Their transition defense was absolutely atrocious. The Bulls had 17% of their possessions in transition, which is pretty good. And they scored 153 points per 100 on those plays. It was so bad. But other than that, they dominated basically every aspect of this game. So it was nice to see such a thorough performance on both ends.
I think we're now 17-1 after a loss this season. So that's really good. And can we win 2 in a row? We'll find out. I know Zion is playing today or right now, so the Pelicans game I don't think is going to be easy by any means, but I think that's almost a good thing. Shout out RJ. No one for the Bulls made more than 3 3-pointers. That was the key. No career nights. That was nice.
Yeah.
That was certainly nice. And there was definitely a period, I thought, in the fourth quarter that was like, the fourth quarter started Tatum I thought Tatum in the bench, and this was Tatum in the bench today.
Deep bench, yeah.
It was like Springer, Peterson, Pritchard, Cornette in the first half, I think. And it was something similar in the fourth. And in the first half, it actually went pretty well. It would not go super well in the fourth. I thought Tatum forced a couple of post-ups on Patrick Williams and stuff. And I thought we got a little bit lucky with the Bulls missing shots. But the lead never got below 15, I want to say. So the genuine question, how are we 17-1 after a loss with 15 losses? I think we just, it's the 500 thing, essentially. So we win one, lose one, win one, lose one. And some of them involve win streaks and lose. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've only lost
14.
2 in a row once.
Yes.
So that's why we just can't string a bunch of wins together, which is annoying. But they don't let things tumble on themselves. They keep their heads above water. They don't let the losses pile up. So that's good in that at some point they're going to go on a run. I feel like it's starting to happen. I feel like they're putting it together. But, man, we got to talk about KP.
Oh, my God.
What a friggin' performance from this dude, man.
Shout out Pete in the chat.
Yeah, shout out Pete V. 8 of 14 from 3, 10 of 18 from overall, and 6 of 6 from the line. But I think the best thing, 11 rebounds, too. He was dominant on the defensive glass. Couple of assists as well, only 1 turnover. Certainly his best performance of the season, maybe his best performance in a Celtics uniform. They were just begging him to shoot. Vooch was nowhere near him to start this game, and KP's like, all right, dude, I'm just going to fire these up. And he got off super hot, and he basically stayed that way. We should have sort of downshifted his usage in the second half, but we didn't really need him. JB was dominating by then, but man, what a performance from this dude, and defensively too.
Man, he has been so good for a while now, and it's weird because when he has been like this, the team has been basically unbeatable. It's just some other things haven't been quite going their way, but I think this is such a good sign and really good for where we're headed right now, because when he's playing like this, they're so hard to deal with. But bro, it was just laughable. Last 3 that he hit was straight. There's some logos that are really big. he was, I got to check the play-by-play. That was got to be like 33, 34 feet. Like it was fucking insane.
It was absolutely nuts. Let's see.
I got a 32-footer. That must have been it. 32-footer with 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go to give him his 34th point and put the Celtics up 21. Yeah, dude, he's been doing it all. And like, yeah, most of it came from the 3-point line today. Because he hit 8 threes, so only had the two-point shots, and obviously got to the line as he does as well. Complete dominant performance. Like, he was our best player tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I think pretty easily, and I think there's it's always just hard for me to say he's been our best player, like, and put him ahead of JT just because JT's still doing everything for us. Like, how many of KP's buckets came either the result of directly from a JT pass or from JT finding someone out of the trap and then swinging it to KP. So, but it does, if that's a conversation that we're having that says a lot about KP, maybe a little bit about Tatum too. But he's this performance from KP, easily the best performance of the season. Game 1 in the finals is always going to be the performance. But, I mean, like 34 points on 18 shots to go with 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals, and only 1 turnover, and only 2 fouls. Like, just completely dominant.
He was dominant. His drop coverage, I thought, was, like, perfect tonight for the most part. He was, like, keeping the roll man like in position to stop a lob or any pass to the roll man, and then almost like baiting the Bulls to like try him, and then he would get over late. I tweeted out, or I skied out a
is that what they call him? Skate? I don't know, skating.
Yeah, I skeeted out about Porzingis in public. But and it was almost like he was daring Kobe White, like, "Oh, I'm not there, man. Go for it." Or it was Lonzo, it was Lonzo actually. And then once he saw Lonzo gathered, he got over, forced the miss. Like it was just picture perfect how you play the drop. And I think in the second half, what we saw is that KP was hot and stretching them out, which means they didn't leave him, which opened up the paint, and then JB just absolutely feasted. Like, if you're not going to send help to him and Julian Phillips is guarding him, they have nobody who can check him at all. And I'm really glad that JB got the memo, and he did those like in control physical drives where he's not trying to break somebody down on the face up. It's like, okay, I'm going to get to like 10 feet, then I'm going to put a couple shoulders into you and just rise up off of 2 feet and finish easily. And I thought JB was really, really good. And when we had like Tatum basically didn't play the third quarter, and that's when they opened up the lead a lot. And a lot of it was due to Jaylen and Porzingis and Derrick White, who is, I think, back maybe
2 in a row. I was like, did he? What did he do in the last game? And I was like, oh no, he didn't play in the last game, which was part of our cope for why last game didn't matter. Exactly. Dude, Jaylen in the 2-point range still can't shoot at all, really. Like, if I was to look at the heat map maybe for Jaylen in that game, like I'm guessing that like most of those shots came that he made from inside the restricted area, which which is great. 7 for 11 from 3. Essentially one from the free throw line. 1 free throw make away from that being a good night at the free throw line. But the fact that he got to the line 11 times, honestly, if you're going to get to the line 11 times, I'll take 7. That's that's good. I can't do points per possession maths on that, but that's more than 1. So we'll take that. And 10 for 18. Dude, crazy stat line for Jaylen, man. And amidst Celtics Twitter having a civil war between the Stan culture, which is like, I'm just not even touching it really at the moment, but 28 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and 0 turnovers. So that's what we need, man. Like, that's all of the reason we're not above 500 or pretty much at 40-20 already has a lot to do with Jaylen Brown over the past kind of month. And for him to come and have a game like he did today, I thought he was pretty good for the most part in the Rockets game. But if we can get Jaylen back to, like, there's a reason he won Finals MVP, even if I slightly disagree. There's a reason he was Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He had one of those dominant playoff runs. There's a reason he's made All-NBA and makes All-Star teams. He is a guy that could put up these kinds of stat lines on efficient scoring, and we need it. That's what makes this team title favorites.
Yeah, for sure, man. We hold Jaylen to a different standard than the rest of the players on the team other than Jason Tatum, essentially. So, and he has not been playing well, but I'm very encouraged by I thought, the Rockets game, I thought he was pretty solid. And he was good in the Rockets game.
Yes.
And then this game,
whoopsies, but
yeah, that happened. And then tonight, he was just completely dominant. I thought his off-ball offensive work was really good today too. Like, he had that one play, he got fouled on it, but like Tatum threw that crazy lefty whip, rat pass to KP, and then KP found JB, who was in the corner, and he didn't hard cut. So he didn't cut into the defender. He waited for the defender to rise up and go to KP in the short roll. And then he just kind of floated to the dunker spot when Patrick Williams' head was turned. And it's that is beautiful. That's the type of stuff JB needs to do because he's so dominant when he gets around the rim. If he can time those cuts and just kind of float to the dunker spot, it's a way to limit his shooting struggles, I guess we'll say, and how damaging they are. But still, man, and defensively, I zero complaints about JB's game tonight. And I thought for the most part we were really good defensively. There were some points where we got lucky, though. The Bulls, this was somewhat of a shooting variance win. I don't think necessarily it's shooting variance win, but a shooting variance blowout. This game could have very easily been much closer.
Yeah, they took 49 threes, and we took 44. The Bulls in the fourth quarter clearly had a directive to run as fast as you can to the three-point line and shoot a three. Yeah. It was just over and over and over again. So, and those are hard shots, right? You're playing really fast in transition. But if they make 3 more threes and go 18 for 49, it would be closer. But yeah, it's about time, man. It's about time. And Josh Giddey 1 for 4. That's about right. Dosunmu 2 for 5. They don't really have a ton of great Jalen Smith, he hit 1. But yeah, man, good game from Jalen. D White, 22, 1 rebound, 5 assists, and he kept doing the thing that we talked about last episode. Firstly, he's the aggressive off the catch. The 10 3-point attempts is almost as important as the 4 makes, but the attacking the closeouts when the ball hasn't even gotten to him yet. It's just, and he had the floaters. It was a very D Whitey game, and he played almost 40 minutes tonight for some reason, which I love, but he was really good, and we love to see it.
Yeah, we do, and he just looked a lot more confident on the ball and getting some of those threes up, because a few of them that he made were some of those I'm 28 feet from the hoop, and you give me a small pocket of space, rise up, fire, buried it. And he had 2 floaters when we really needed them in the fourth quarter. It was right when the game got to 14, 15 points, whatever it got to. And it felt, I had that feeling in my stomach where I was oh no, this isn't happening again, is it? And then D White, I think he hit 2 in a row, or it was 2 out of 3 possessions, got it right back up to 16, 18. And it was okay, now this game's over. That was the Bulls' run. And he nipped it in the bud. You're right. He just looked so confident when they were closing out, putting the ball on the deck, and then getting to his spot and rising up over the defense, which is just not what he's been doing for a while now. So it's good to see him get back, because that's his game.
Yeah,
making open threes, making the right read, and floaters. And if he's not got the floater going, he's just super reliant on if the 3-point shot's going in tonight. And luckily, we got the whole D White package, baby. And shout out Pete, thank you.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't leave RJ hanging all alone. We appreciate it, RJ, Pete.
That's what happens when KP has 34 points and 18 shots.
Yeah, Pete gets the debit card out. Yeah,
exactly. Come on, KP. Need more of that from you. Appreciate you, Pete. Yeah, man. You just need Derrick White to be that guy, and
it's JB.
Why it's just, again, you need those 2 guys to be the guys that they have been for the past couple of seasons for the most part. And so that's why a 22-point win. Obviously, Levine not playing. helpful. He's been like on a fucking tear lately. Speaking of injuries, Drew Holiday may have hurt his hand, it feels like. We don't know anything about that. I haven't seen anything about that yet. Might get some more before we do late night with Greeny, but not much from Holiday. Last thing I wanted to ask you before we go, some of the lineup stuff, I kind of touched on it with Tatum. Like a lot of it in the fourth quarter, there was Pritchard, Springer, Derrick, Tatum, Luke, I think.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's tough. It's small. And Springer may as well be like Cater out there sometimes, dude. Like, because he's got to be butt naked, wide open to get the shot off. Yeah. And you said it last time. He cannot dribble the ball.
No.
What is going on?
It's insane. Like when he's dribbling up in transition, I'm terrified. Like he almost lost it a couple times tonight, but he didn't. And look, the on-ball defense is awesome. He overhelped a few times when he was off ball. I think like if he plays more, he will figure that out some. Mm-hmm. But the on-ball defense is real. That's a legitimate thing. It is the reason why he's still hanging around the NBA. But man, like he record scratches the offense pretty often. Like and it's because you're right. It's because his shot is so slow that like he won't get it up. He doesn't trust himself to drive a closeout hard. And if he does, he just kind of drives into nowhere and then kind of has to flail a kick out to somebody as an emergency. It's not like he's making the read and finding the open shooter. It's like, oh shit, I'm about to turn this over. Where's Jason Tatum? He's up there somewhere. So he needs to figure out the offense, whether it's shooting more, being more confident, or being a little more confident making his reads, or I don't know, floaters, middies. I'm not sure I want to rely on Jaden Springer middies, but like the offense it's a problem, man. But hey, I felt like his defense was sort of a tone changer, and we kind of needed that because this was sort of a boring game, for lack of a better way to put it. And he's going to bring the energy, which is great. But playing him with, at one point, I think it was like him, Pritchard, and Drew Peterson out there with Tatum too. Yep. It's like, Joe, buddy, what are you putting it on like super hard mode? Yeah,
crank it up, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, so I know. On-ball defense, solid. I think the energy is real, so I want to give him credit for that. But yeah, the offense is tough, and some of the lineups were tricky as well. All right, that'll do it for us. I'll be back with Greeny in about an hour, and then me and Spoonie be back tomorrow talking trades. 1 week. 1 week from tomorrow is a trade deadline. Speaking of Jaden Springer, hit another 3 tonight. Were you watching Danny Ainge?
Yeah. You love this guy, Danny. He plays. He's just like you. Plays hard.
Daryl Morey. You love this guy as well, right? All right, everybody. Been a pleasure. Till next time, go Seas.